stuffed peppers. I used cream cheese, cheddar cheese, corn kernels, ground cumin, garlic powder, ground black pepper, the juice of 1 lime, and because I was making these for dinner as a main dish, I added some leftover seasoned ground beef that I had. You could absolutely leave that out, or you could add some bacon to wrap around the peppers while they're cooking. For the peppers, I used a combination of sweet and hot peppers. Here I have mini bell peppers, Cajun bell peppers, and jalapenos. I made the filling first so the flavors would have time to meld before stuffing and cooking the peppers. You could also make this filling in a food processor or using a handheld electric mixer, but I like the texture that you get from mixing it by hand. Once everything's mixed together, give it a taste and add more lime juice or cumin or maybe even a pinch of salt if it needs it, and then transfer the mixture to a zip-closed plastic bag or a pastry bag. And then if you're using a plastic bag, press all the air out of it and snip a corner off so you have an opening to squeeze the filling out of. To prepare the peppers, I like to use a pepper core and a paring knife. And I just cut the top off the pepper, and then I use the pepper core to go in and cut the core out and remove it. You could also use the paring knife to do this if you don't have a pepper core. And then I shake all the seeds out. The more seeds and membranes you leave in, the hotter your peppers will be. But I'm a bit of a wimp, so I take them all out. If I have a thin pepper that my pepper core won't fit easily into, I sometimes will cut those peppers in half lengthwise and then scrape out the seeds and the membranes and cook them open face. You'll notice I'm wearing a glove. Normally I wear gloves on both hands when I'm working with chili peppers, but because of the pandemic, gloves are in short supply, so I'm only wearing one. I learned the hard way that you should always wear gloves working with chili peppers, even a milder one like jalapenos. Even if you don't touch your face, you can still cause serious discomfort if any of the seeds get under your fingernails. It can burn your fingers, which can be really uncomfortable. To fill the peppers, I just squeeze the filling from the plastic bag into the pepper and then put the cap back on and use a toothpick to secure it into place. Sometimes you'll get an air bubble in the filling, and so I'll use either the blade of a paring knife or the handle of a teaspoon to run that inside along the wall of the pepper to work out the air bubbles so I can get more filling in. For the open face peppers, you just squeeze the filling along into the boat of the pepper and then lay it on the baking sheet. If you don't have toothpicks to secure the pepper caps back on, don't worry. Just smush the cap onto the cheese mixture. Be prepared that some of it will ooze out during cooking, but if you're cooking on a baking sheet, that's not a big deal. Oh, and if you have a pepper cap that gets damaged in the process or you lose it, like you drop it on the floor, just use a piece of aluminum foil to close that pepper. Once all your peppers are stuffed, bake or grill them for about 15 minutes until the peppers are tender and the cheese is melted. For more cooking videos, visit arkansasonline.com/cooking.